get back to project we left off years ago, such as changing the bearings in this SC10 4x4 in the electric motor. We have new ones that have been sitting around. We're going to try to knock it out today. It isn't that bad of a job, but we make stuff happen. We're going to have to disassemble this a little bit, get that motor out, get that motor apart, and yeah, should be alright. Let's start. I think I have to take this wheel off, and then that dust cover, then I can get to the bolts. These brushless motors are cool. You disconnect any of these wires as long as two. Well, if it runs reverse, you just change any two and it works fine again. It's like pretty cool. It's not like the old days, you'll run it backwards, it'll be backwards forever. Nope, pretty cool. So yeah, flip her around, I guess. Crappy workstation, and get this thing apart. Looking at this battery too, I still never bought anything LiPo yet. I still run nickel metal hydride. And it could be bad, these batteries too. It's been sitting this for so long. Time goes by so fast. You don't even know it. And things just sit around and just get worse and worse and worse. Because you just can't do everything. But we'll get to this. Awesome. We'll see if this thing still works with the new motor bearings. It was making a lot of noise. Like, it just didn't sound good. And I took it apart and tried to clean the bearings, but I think they already got too much junk in them. So it was game over. It's out. Now we have, what is it, four or three? Three of these little screws, and four of the ones on the back. I think you do one side at a time, or else that little motor piece, it's a strong magnet. It gets caught up in there. And we have to remove the pinion. Once you get the screws out, the cap just comes off, and there's a little spacer, so I'm just going to put that spacer back on a shaft. Should be okay. I was kind of scratching my head how I was going to get that bearing out, because it's closed on this side, but then I thought, socket, put socket on top, use this little tool I have that fits perfect, then tap it with a hammer. Tap it with a soft blow hammer. Worked great. I'm going to have to give it one more whack and it should come out. Can't do it with two hands. Need a tripod. Now, reveal our 540, 550 SL bearing ceramic number 975 out of the bag. Put our old one on this side so we don't mistakenly put it back in. Clean up this area and throw it back in. And then do the other side. Easy. I'm putting it off for years. New bearing. Always check to see if it fits on your motor shaft. It does. Pop that guy in there as square as we can, and we're probably going to have to find a socket that we can fit on the outside diameter of that bearing. This gear might even work. We might try it and tap it on in. Better idea, I flipped it over and it's tap 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 tap. Soft blow hammer though. Rubber, plastic, either or works. Don't use metal. And yeah, it works quite well. If you have been watching the other day, I was saying with that alternator, when you have 3 screws, or a triangle, or an odd number of any kind of fastener, it's going to give you problems. It's going to wobble, seem like this. So you have to square it all up, and then you can get those little screws in. But that's done, so let's do the back. Take this off. This side's a little more magnetic than the other side, but watch out for the shims again, if there are any. Hear it a little bit. New one will be a little quieter. It ingested some crap. There's so much dust and dirt over these streets where I run this thing. And well, what was that? Oh, the lug nut. That it really takes a toll. See some debris over there. We'll get her running. Nothing fancy for this thing yet. Bearing out, you put socket. You put this, square it up in the middle. So that's a nice firm surface. You can actually use a really large socket too that fits like perfect, like a 3/4 inch one, and just catch the end if you want. Maybe an inch larger. This seemed to fit in good. This is an old like Traxxas 4-way piece thing. Just pop that in the middle and balance it, and then hit that right there. Boom, boom, boom. Comes out. Wish I could show you an action shot, but I don't have a tripod around here. I lost it. Forgot, you really need like a hard surface when you're pounding out those bearings. I put this socket on a piece of rubber, like a rubber mat I have, an old like car mat. Put that in over there, and then you know that, and really gotta whack it with that hammer. This one good with the plastic side. Boom, boom, comes right out. Try to do it on this table. It doesn't work. You need a really solid surface, but just make sure it's soft and you can get it out. Here's number 2. So clean out your whole thing with Q-tips. Could use a little rubbing alcohol too if you don't have that cleaner stuff like I don't have, the fancy RC cleaner. But yeah, let's pop in number 2 and get this job over with. If this is going to be like the other one, which I don't think it is, yeah, the other one almost went in by hand. Then I did something like this. No, it's not going to go. Nope, I'm going to have to tap it all around. Such a tight fit. Did a little different. Put this down like this, backside the socket. Fits perfectly to the drive, 1/4 inch, and bump, 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 bump. In. I forgot to show you the spin, but it's nice, way better than the old one. Let's go pop those screws in. Forgot to mark your orientation where the bolt holes were, but I don't think it really matters. Got it back in. Now we just have to adjust our gear mesh. I don't know how you do it, but I usually just cram a piece of paper between the spur gear and the pinion gear, tighten it down, and it's close. Sometimes you have to do it a little manual action. Let's go shoot this gear out. Oh, it's too tight. Yeah, it's not horrible. It's a tight spot though. Yeah, you're gonna have to loosen it up. Doesn't always work perfect, but gives you a close estimate. I think that's pretty good. You gotta check it all the way around. This is a 32 pitch or something, I forget. It's like a 48. I think it's alright. Spur gear cover is on. We could put our wheels back on. Still running these stock tires, they suck. Need some better tires. And yeah, put that lug on. Then we're done. Don't have a battery. I would show you how it works, but it's not happening today. Maybe another day. Stay tuned. That's how you change the bearings in one of those Reedy 550 motors on your SC10 4x4.